The female condoms are available here in Belize, but they're a little bit scarce. So it's rare if you find them, and then if you purchase them from a pharmacy, it has a cost. It's expensive. The female condom is really expensive. No, I haven't known of any female that been using the female condom or have. I've heard one or two that said they have tried, but it is very difficult for them to insert it inside, right? So they prefer having the males using the male condoms instead.
Yeah, it's cumbersome. I think that's why female condoms aren't used as much. It's one, it's cumbersome, and personally, I find it to be very unattractive. Like, it's essentially this bag that goes into your vagina and sticks out. So you have a piece of plastic sticking out of your vagina, and it's like, okay, not sex. They need to work on that.
I haven't even heard females talk about female condoms here.
So
To be honest, it's just the male condoms, and mostly they prefer take the pills. They don't. I I haven't heard them. I haven't seen or you know. To follow up on that, female condoms are only. I know female condoms only to be accessible at the FLA and a few of our clinics here, but it's not something that is pushed in commercials such as condoms for males and stuff. So of course people won't really put their trust, or females won't put their trust in that. Females and males too, because it's a 2-on-2 protection, you know.
What's also been my experience, and I've always thought that this was really weird, is it's like I've gotten female condoms from folks I know. I've never seen one in a store or anything.
Yeah, no, I don't really know where they're actually sold.
I don't think they're sold anywhere here locally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like even these things that they have these new dispenser things on campus now.
Oh yes.
Where you
yes,
can buy condoms and KY jelly. I think is the coolest thing in the world. Right?
A+. Good decision you made.
Right, but it doesn't have female condoms. Now to be fair, all the male condoms like fly off the shelves, right? And the KY jelly.
Good job.
Right?
Lubrication is important.
It is
guys.
important. But the majority of my friends, when confronted with the idea of a female condom, they're like, well, what? What does that even mean? Because as far as they're concerned,
The condom is the thing you put on your penis.
yeah. So a female condom is a condom, a male condom that a woman gives you, right? I don't know. So I actually had to explain with a lot of my a couple of my female friends, but more so my male friends were completely unaware of the idea that there was such a thing. That where we live in a space where negotiating around condom use is already so difficult. That if women didn't have to negotiate with their partner, well, you get one and put one on. It was a matter of, if you do have one, I will put one on, because that's the only way we're having sex. I think that would change the ball game as far as sex and negotiation here in the English-speaking Caribbean goes.
Yeah, if it were taken as a given that
the one of
condom is
us
part of sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still a lot of things to be dealt with, like people who are like, no, I just want to have it feel, natural for once, There's stuff that has to be unpacked there and dealt with.
I've had experiences where I would have had a heterosexual sexual partner, and I'd be like, okay, so you have condoms, right? And he'd be like, yeah, cool, time for condoms to be in place, and then he'd be like, I don't like how it's feel. So I mean, at that point, what you're supposed to, we know what you're supposed to do is say, okay, in that case, I out, but human nature is not like that, and when the itching, you're still going to do what you had to do. And that's why it's just get complicated, because you don't know what the next day or the next 9 months holds for you from that moment. And that, I think, a lot of social pressure needs to be placed on communicating about sex. Like, that's where it is. Like, a lot of girls, I guess, would feel, I felt bad to say, okay, no, I don't want to do this if we aren't going to use protection, which is what I should have done. And I know a lot of girls end up in that kind of situation, and it's sad, like, I mean, because you just end up in a situation where you could have like a pregnancy that you can't handle, or that you don't want to handle and maybe your partner wants to handle, or both of you don't want to handle and you have parents getting in the way who are super religious and saying, well, you have to keep the baby. But at the end of the day, you can't emotionally like support this kid because you freaking out on the inside. You and this person probably having arguments every day, and you're like, okay.
I see it with my niece already. She's 17 years old. She living with a guy. So the guy, like, actually, she wanna mind take care of herself. She living with a boyfriend that is like 25 years. So the boyfriend will say, "You don't want to have a child for me, or you don't love me, or you don't want anything with me. Why would you protect yourself?" She did not go. She did not go. She get pregnant and then they got a child. No, so they live together. They rent, and she wanted to protect herself because she was young. And then me as an aunt, I was telling her also, that is young, and I work with very young people and stuff like that. Like in the villages, most of them will say, I want to use it or stuff like that. And then here comes the loving part. They will say, "You don't love me, this and that, to have a child of my own," or stuff like that. They want to protect themselves, but most of them, it's like the partner relationship. Don't love me, or like in Spanish they will say, "Tú no me amas," or "Tú no me quieres," like "Tú no quieres tener un hijo de mí," or like if I have a child of mine, most of them will say, "You don't love me," or show me that love through that sex and have that child.